Richie in the Kiss Room. I'm Rick.
I'm Laura.
And I got to tell you, before we kick everything off, I got to tell you a quick story. We almost lost GS
No.
for today's episode.
We didn't let it happen.
What you should know about my wife is that there's like a window of time when it gets to be a certain time of night. And once that window hits...
It's not 9 p.m. yet, though.
Oh, yes.
Well...
Isn't it close?
You know, the 9 p.m. thing is just a farce.
It's like when I say I'm on my way already.
The official time is 8:53 p.m.
Yeah, see? It's not 9 p.m.
Well, so here's the thing. Once, like, 7:30-ish, 8 o'clock hits, you have a very short window of time where you might actually lose GS.
I gotcha.
To the sleep gods.
Especially, on a full belly, you had a great meal. I understand.
We did have a good meal.
I appreciate you being here.
That's why I'm dressed up this time. I don't have a Kiss shirt on or got a nice button down. I got my cool boots on.
You do have cool boots.
Like this.
No Uggs?
I don't have my Uggs on tonight.
I'm dressed up as well, but I didn't plan that, so that was pretty well planned.
Dressing up's not really my thing, but...
Oh, it's totally my thing.
I hate
Although I don't do heels. I do docks. So. You didn't even ask why I was dressed up.
Well, I kind of knew went somewhere. No?
Where'd I go?
To the Skook? Is that what you people call it?
You went to the Skook?
What the hell you people call it?
My grandmother turned 97 yesterday.
Oh.
So we went up to celebrate her birthday.
I think you actually did tell me about
I did.
This, so.
You listened to me very well.
Happy birthday to your
My mam.
What do you call her?
Mam.
Well, happy birthday to her.
She's a
97, that's a hell of an age.
Yeah, she's got dementia, so it's... What are you doing? Are you all right? You seeing things?
No, you didn't see that? There's a bug flying around in here.
I did not see that.
Could be just my eyes.
What are you drinking over there?
Yeah, we do have little bugs flying around.
Yeah, they're gnats. This is an old-fashioned, which most people would say, oh, it's an old man's drink.
Well,
no, old-fashions are delicious.
It's delicious. It's a
made
bullet
by
whiskey,
the right person.
some simple syrup, and
I like cherries. I do like cherries.
It's delicious. Too many of those will fuck you up.
I think we just got the name of our episode.
Too many of those will fuck you up. So in the background we have our tech guy, Kevin, Laura's husband, and we're graced by GS's presence, who almost bailed out on us because it's getting late at night.
I'm happy you're here. We will try to keep you awake.
Sleepies.
And I tried to tell her on the way home, like, you're part of the show. If she's not here, I don't have somebody yelling at me in the background. I don't have...
She helps keep it flow.
Commentary. Yeah, there's a nice flow to it.
Well, this girl's got some hormonal things going on, and she's not
That's what
happy,
people need to know.
It happens. It's a part of life. Remember the self-care episode? We could go back to the self-care episode.
That'd be good. On the way, after I said all this, then she said that I should... Something about me trying to be a woman for...
No, I agree with
5
all of
minutes.
that.
Is that what you said?
100%.
But yeah, it's...
Yeah, I agree.
I
don't think...
I can't comment because I don't know. It's
I don't
probably
think you
tough.
last an hour. I don't really.
Probably
and
not.
Not only just, being a woman, just be in our head. Think like us for 2 hours. Please.
No, I just want him to feel the girly things.
Yeah.
She wants me to feel the
menopausal
the woman things
changes that are
not
happening that are
not good.
no bueno.
None of it's fun.
Wasn't there a Mel Gibson movie with that same premise?
I don't know.
There
I'm
was.
not a big Mel Gibson fan.
What?
Where he
What?
Are you serious? The movie is called What a Woman Likes.
Oh, see?
Or What a Woman...
But
Apparently
that's when he
something
could
wrong.
hear what women were thinking.
He was able to hear what women
remember
were thinking.
that. We watched that together. He had the teenage daughter.
Yes.
And then,
It's a
the
good movie.
really eccentric girlfriend.
I don't know how you don't like Mel Gibson. He's
He's all right.
a Lethal Weapon.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Here we go. Are you too young for those movies? Is that what it is?
No. There's
they came out in
that love those movies.
the first Lethal Weapon came out when I was a teenager, so you were a baby.
changing the subject.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Your son's coming home soon, right?
My son's coming home on the 4th of July holiday.
Is he going to be able
there's
to
been-
be on a podcast with us?
He might be able to. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
He's kind of shy, but we'll
We'll keep it in the
probably talk him
background.
into it.
He doesn't have to be on camera if he doesn't want to.
I sent him the link for the first episode. He don't respond to my text messages, so
Because you're not on Snapchat. He only responds to snaps, not text messages. And Rick refuses to get Snapchat on his phone.
I don't do Snapchat either.
see, it's ridiculous. There's no fucking
No,
reason for
I
that
have
shit.
this whole. I'm anti-Snapchat.
I'm anti every
I know.
thing
It's.
on the internet. All right, we're back.
What'd you put on?
Kiss.
Shocker.
Daiichi in the Kiss room. Why wouldn't I have Kiss on the TV?
It's like a
Doesn't make any
documentary
sense.
of sorts.
This
We
is the
don't only talk
unplugged
about
documentary
Kiss.
we're watching in the back. What's it?
We don't only talk about Kiss.
We've never talked about Kiss.
No, we have. You told your Kiss story.
I don't think that's in any of the episodes
Oh,
that
it
are being
absolutely
released.
is. Episode 1. I used it in the hashtags on the Instagram.
Oh,
It's
all right.
consumed my life the last.
I mean, hey, we can talk about Kiss every episode.
No, so
At
back
least a
to
little bit.
Jesse coming
Oh.
home.
So my wife's clapping. Jesse's coming home the 4th. We're keeping our fingers crossed. There's been a lot of
Ugh.
airline and FAA problems. Apparently, there's a shortage of air traffic controllers.
Yeah, you were telling me. So tell me, repeat some of the information you were telling me earlier.
Well, according to the news, which, there's
What was
something like there's something like
Leave what you
300
want kind of thing.
air traffic controllers that are retiring this year. And I guess they didn't plan for this because there's now a shortage. It takes 3 to 4 years to train somebody to be an air traffic controller.
Gotcha.
So that's one of the problems. Weather has been another problem for canceled flights.
And COVID-19.
Still?
Well, it caused a training pause for a period of 2 years.
That would make sense. The COVID-19 caused the training pause.
Significantly
for the air traffic
increasing.
controllers. Question: how much would an air traffic controller make?
So I actually looked this up, what
Oh.
it takes to be an air traffic controller.
Look at you.
The first thing is you need like a mathematics background or
Oh,
degree.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the
wow.
Me too.
The salary, well, that's what as soon as I saw it, I go, fuck it, I'm out. The salary ranges, but it's actually pretty high. I mean, it's somewhere like $100,000-ish.
And with
The
demand,
low
it's
was
only
like
gonna go up, right?
60
Is
to
that how that
70.
works?
So I think that's
Possibly.
probably if you're just starting out as an air traffic controller.
Husband, how good are you with math? Any desire for a new career?
Nope.
As soon as I saw the mathematics degree thing, I'm out.
The only,
That's it.
type, the only type of math I do are time signatures. Like, I like 7/8. I like 9/8. And
All
I
right.
like 10/8.
What is that?
And
What?
divisions
He's
of.
talking about
10
time
10 to
signatures.
9, I
He's
don't
trying to turn
understand.
it into a drummer.
But you need
Well, it's more
geometry
music.
and I think calculus. Are
Geometry
the
is too spacious for me.
two things that you need to be an air traffic controller. So we're hoping that the flights, they have direct flights, so we're hoping that
Yeah.
everything
That's an
turns out
overnight
okay.
flight, so hopefully that wouldn't
And
be
it's an overnight
issue.
flight, so
Right.
hopefully there won't be any problems. But he will be here, and maybe we can convince him to get on the podcast, and
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
we'll get a 20-year-old's view of life.
Yeah.
And
I
his thoughts.
absolutely would.
I think it should be
love that.
called adulting in 2023
we could call
Right.
it
because he hates
adulting.
it.
Does he? Well, I mean, who
Oh
doesn't
gosh,
hate
are you
something?
kidding?
He's got some things he's got to work out. Money,
That's
cleaning
everybody.
cleaning the apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just cleaning
Oh my
last
God.
Adult
night.
stuff.
I'm going back to my 20s, and some of the guys' places that we used to go and hang out at were pretty gross, especially up in Penn State.
Well, he lives with his girlfriend, so I think it can't be gross, so there's no other option other than to.
Yeah, it's not too
clean.
bad. I think like when we talk to him and we do like FaceTime, it's just clutter. It's not like
Not
dirt.
too bad. Yeah.
Other than the litter box, that was a bit of a
No,
an
they
issue.
just had the cat. They have a regular litter box. The cat kicks litter out. It was on the bathroom floor, and he showed us. We were on video, and he showed us the cat. And the cat was laying in the bathroom. And I said, "Dude, what's with the cat litter all over the floor?"
Oh no!
So he's like, "Oh, I'm cleaning today, and I'm going to clean it all up." And I told him, I said, "Well, you need a cat box that has a lid on it, so they can't kick it out."
Not only that, there's this thing that we got for our cat. You can get it on Amazon, and it's a mat, and it has all these little like.
Actually, I think they did have a
Yeah.
mat underneath
Yeah,
the
and it
litter
collects all
box.
the
So, yeah.
litter.
Yeah.
I think the cat just kicks it pretty far. So it's a kitten, so yeah,
Yeah, he's just.
it happens. He'll get there.
I don't think I've ever met a neat college kid.
Oh, of course.
I have.
Have you really?
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
There has to be a low percentage of that though.
Yeah,
It's definitely
I
a
would
low
agree.
percentage of that.
Because I can
That's
tell
a
you,
low.
even when I was in college, I once went home and left chicken out on the
Oh gosh.
counter, and that stayed there for about a week.
Ew.
There you
Because
go.
it was a Christmas or holiday break. But I did have to stop back down there because I lived in Philly at the time, and when we walked through the hall, it really smelled like somebody died.
Listen,
Oh my
I
god.
love
It's
how
not-
you think that would not happen if I didn't live with you.
Oh, God.
No.
That's what you would do? Leave chicken out for
No,
long
I
periods of
clean
time?
up after him all the time.
Oh,
I came home once
I
with
see.
2 different pairs of shoes on, and I didn't even
remember that
notice it
story.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
until I got to Allentown, because I used to take the bus.
From Philly.
I got searched coming off the bus once for
Probably
no
because
reason.
you're wearing two different shoes. It kind of stands out.
Well, that, and I had a big duffel bag of CDs. Well, back in the day, we didn't have MP3 players. We just had CD players, CD Walkmans.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a big duffel bag of CDs.
The Walkman. I still have one of those.
They
a
picked
CD
that out.
Walkman.
Honey, you have to talk about Jesse's bus fine.
Do I?
Jesse's bus fine when they were taking the cat.
I know what you're talking about. I said, do I?
I think it's freaking funny. It's pretty hilarious and stupid on his part.
In California, when you ride the public transportation buses, you have to buy a bus ticket.
Mhm.
And for some odd reason, whether you buy a bus ticket or not, they'll let you on the bus. The problem is that if you get on the bus without a ticket, they have these people called
Ticket police.
bus police.
Oh, I was close.
So the bus police randomly get on buses and check for tickets. So
Is it like
Last
Meter Mates?
week-
Like
Pretty much.
similar, right? Yeah.
So last week, Jesse and his girlfriend decided to get on a bus. She had a ticket, but he did not. So they get on the bus. They're actually taking their kitten to the vet to get his next round of shots, vaccinations, and the bus police come on. So Jesse, and according to him, there was 2 or 3 other people that also did not have bus tickets.
Do you believe there were other people, or do you think he's just?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he
I'm sure
wouldn't
there
lie
was.
about that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there was plenty of people
I
that
definitely
ride
would
the.
have thrown that in there.
If they're
just
gonna
try
let
to
you
lessen
ride the
blow.
bus, if they're gonna let you ride the bus without a ticket,
That's their own fault.
well, there's got to be shitloads of people
You
that
should
do
be able
this.
to like scan something as you get on the bus.
Yeah.
But whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense,
Right?
Right.
So he texts me, and the first text he said something like, "I can't believe this happened. I've been here for
2 years.
2 years, and this has never happened to me before." And he sends me a picture of this ticket, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, all of his information is on it. His name, our address here, and his birth date, and then right in the center it says fine $125.
Holy shit!
So I
What a
texted him
ripoff. How much is a bus ticket?
$5.
$5.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's
So
California for you, baby.
I texted back and I'm like, what are you sending me? And he's like, oh, I got a ticket because I didn't have a bus pass. And that's what the fine is. And I was like, what the hell? So then, it turned into the, GS and I and him were all texting each other. And we didn't find out that the bus ticket cost $5 till, well into this conversation. Because then I finally asked him, so did your girlfriend have a bus ticket? Yeah. Well, how much is the bus ticket? $5. So I said, well,
I don't know why I'm laughing. My kid's going to do something similar.
The thing is, though, here's the thing, and here's the logical part of this. He's been there for 2 years. From what I understand from the text messages, he's never bought a bus ticket. So that $125, quite honestly, is probably just repayment for the free rides that you've been taking for 2 years.
What do you want to call it? He said, well, nobody pays for a bus ticket. Well, okay.
I mean, they pay eventually.
Yeah, they do. So I told him, I said, well, I guess you're going to start buying bus tickets, aren't you, bud? And then his response was, I guess so.
Well, he learned the hard way. He'll never forget that. And when he's doing his own podcast, he'll have a story like Mr. Nick Smash.
It's just another version of adulting.
Adulting.
Got to figure it out sometime, and $125 will get you there. That'll fix that problem real quick.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
The whole time you were telling this story, the only thing going through my head was Ticket to Ride.
The Beatles? I'd sing it, but my singing voice sucks.
So does mine. It didn't stop me earlier when you were talking.
You can go ahead and belt it out.
No. Maybe
well,
if I drink more.
I can't, So
the reason I brought up Jesse is because I thought for today we could talk about musicians who their kids followed in their footsteps, right?
Yeah, we could do that.
And since we're already talking about the Beatles, because I brought in Ticket to Ride, see what I did there? Oh, I love it when a plan comes together.
Your segueing is top notch. I got to tell you,
man, it's like I fucking hate you.
I mean, honestly, if you look at other episodes, you usually have at least one moment where
it's like a perfect video transition.
See, I'm not messing with you. Almost every episode you have a perfect segue.
So natural.
So natural. Go ahead.
Well, now I don't know what to do. I'm kind of like.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not used to a compliment.
You started
getting all flustered.
Right? Don't do that ever
I don't know
again.
why.
Don't fucking compliment me. This is IG, man.
All right, I apologize for complimenting you, but go ahead. You were saying something.
Well, musicians where their kids followed in their footsteps. So the first thing I'll do is talk about, I know I said the Beatles. We'll pause that for a moment. But I'll talk about one band that I know you won't know.
It's not necessarily.
Oh, it's absolutely. Bradley Noel. Do you know who the lead singer?
Never heard of him.
There you go. So he was the lead singer to Sublime.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, see, I know Sublime.
Yeah, see? Well,
I don't know all their names. I'm sorry.
Bud was the drummer and Eric was the bassist. But Brad Noel's son, Jacob Noel, is following in his footsteps, and he's playing music. Did you know that the Beatles have kids that are in bands?
No.
Really?
The only one I know of
honestly, I
is
have no idea.
Jillian.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yes. So we do know John Lennon's son.
Anybody who grew up in the 80s knew remember Julian Lennon.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
That
He was
song?
huge in the 80s.
He had a huge song.
All of them actually have sons and female and daughters who are musicians.
You're 100% right there, tech guy. It's like you're reading
So are we
notes.
naming musicians whose kids?
As true fashion,
I
I
just
do
thought
have
of a bunch
Rick's.
of them.
Oh, I've got Rick's predictions.
Do you really?
I do. This is a thing I try to bring to every segment too.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go off the Beatles thing, so you were right, GS, because there's Julian, but there's Sean Lennon too. He's got a band.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's his youngest son, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he had a band.
And then, to your point, tech guy, do you know them? Let's see.
Well, I know one of them, and I don't know if this is how you pronounce his first name. It's Danny Harrison. He's a British musician, obviously British, composer and singer-writer.
You're reading. You cheated.
And he is the child of who?
Ringo.
No.
I've got a whole
George.
shitload of them in
Wait,
my
Mother
head,
Trucker,
actually.
you treated. Don't go
George.
Googling things.
Yeah, it's right up there on the screen.
I have the power
Nobody
of the
asked you to
internet right
fact
here.
check. We said, do you know?
No, I do. All of them actually do.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know the name specifically, but Ringo's son plays
All right, we're done.
drums.
No, you went to Google. You cheated.
No, I did. No, that I
So
know.
Ringo's
Ringo
son
he knew. That's
is
right.
Zach.
That's allowed.
That's right.
Zach
Oh.
Starkey.
So you have some things written down, but you want me to give you a bunch off the top of my head because I got
Oh.
a whole shitload.
Wait,
written
wait,
down.
all right, so we'll jump-
Google apparently. Yeah.
Wait. So then
I don't
obviously,
I don't need Google.
Paul McCartney has a son, James, too.
Oh,
James McCartney,
I
who's
didn't
also
know
in
that.
the band. So please do your research, which we're going to go circle back to Rick's homework as
But
well.
I don't need any research. I can rattle off a whole shitload.
No. For the ones that you didn't know.
Oh,
And listen,
oh,
Mr.
oh.
Cocky, slow your roll.
I apologize. That was slightly aggressive, and I did not mean to be aggressive.
Aggressive. So, my predictions. My Rick's predictions.
Go ahead.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Wolfgang.
All right. Ready?
Go ahead.
Anybody from frickin' Metallica's kids. Did you know all of Metallica's kids are in bands?
I do, but I don't know.
Oh.
Some of them, like I think Lars, his son, is into a pretty serious heavy metal band.
Tane,
that
I think his name is.
Yeah.
What a weird name. Tane.
I think
Was
some
it?
of the music that they,
That's for
Or-
Metallica, like.
some of the music that they play, I think I would probably categorize in
The death
the
metal?
noise. There's a fine
Is
line.
it like hardcore?
There's a fine line between good music and noise, and I think some of them are in the noise category.
Well,
But who else?
hold on, because
Sorry.
there's a tie to one of your favorite bands. So Metallica's bassist son, he has a son named Ty.
Which bassist?
Okay.
Robert. I can't
that's the
even
new
say
guy.
his last name.
Oh.
Hello?
I think it's Trigilio. or
Trujillo. There was a
Trujillo
skateboarder
or
with the same last
something
name
like
who was phenomenal in the 90s. I forget what his name is. Please comment in the comments what the 90s skateboarders name.
He's their third bass player,
I
too.
can give you a whole list of 90s skateboarders.
No, okay.
here
Listen,
we go.
you are super cocky today. You can give me a whole list of musicians' kids.
I apologize. Go ahead.
All right. So anyway, Ty, this bassist's son, has a whole bunch of his own bands, but he started playing with Korn.
Uh-oh.
He hates Korn. All right, sorry. All right, go ahead. I did have one other prediction. It was obviously Taylor Hawkins' kid and how he kind of stepped up and played for... Do you know who Taylor Hawkins is? Yes.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
So when he passed, Foo Fighters did a show, and his son,
Oh, that's right.
Oliver.
You know what? I do remember that. Yeah.
he stepped up
They
and
did
he did
a,
a fucking
Tribute
awesome job.
concert.
Yeah.
Well, Wolfgang played in that too.
Yeah.
They did the Van Halen song.
All right, go ahead.
So as soon as you said that, the first one I thought about was Jason Bonham, who is John Bonham's son,
Bonham.
is a drummer.
He's played with Led Zeppelin many times.
He has.
And had his
How
own
about
band
Jacob
in the 80s.
Dylan? Bob Dylan's kid?
So that was the other one I thought about because I love the Wallflowers.
Oh, me too! Really?
Yeah.
I did not anticipate you liking the Wallflowers.
I have all their albums.
Wow.
Whoa.
I love the Wallflowers.
I did not see that coming.
There's more.
Oh, well, yeah, but can I just relish in the moment that we both like the
We
same
do.
band
I mean,
here?
this might be one of the first times
It's
that
like
we
one headlight.
both agreed on the.
You're so freaking corny. Take the microphone away from the tech. I'm just kidding.
I do love the Wallflowers.
I have one, but it's not a prediction. What about Hank Williams? Hank Williams Jr., then there's Hank Williams the third, and then there's another son of his that's a country singer too, I think.
Is there?
Uh,
I
you're going to have to fact check that one.
I do like Hank
Samuel
Williams
Williams.
Jr. I do like some of his music. I mean, Hank Williams Sr. is a little bit before all of our time.
Yeah, but you can
I mean, he has. I mean,
appreciate it.
oh yeah. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I just not something I ever got into. I do know that his son, the third, is a country singer, but I got to be honest with you, I don't know that I've ever heard any of his
Yeah, no, I haven't
songs.
either. I didn't even know there was a third until 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew
I
that
didn't
long
either.
before.
Well, when I was doing, I was
There
like,
is a-
oh
there
yeah,
is a
Hank
Hank
Williams and
Williams.
Hank Williams Jr. And then I started just double checking things because I try to fact check
Well, I mean,
certain
that's
things.
really all you ever hear is Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah, then there's a third, and then there's another
There's a Hank
son,
Williams.
and yeah. All right, what else you got? Because my list is done now. I mean, I'm sure things will
You
come,
have
and I'll
more.
misspeak.
Your list is done. That's it.
You
No,
have
not
more.
that's not it. But that's the ones I wanted to make sure I mentioned. Oh yeah, all right. So, Dickie Betts, right?
But you know what his son's name is?
What'd you say?
Oh, Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers.
Oh. Okay.
His son. I should know this because I follow him on Instagram. He is also a musician. He has his own band, but he played with the Allman Brothers. Was it the Allman Brothers for a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit?
he plays with his father. He also plays with
What's his
Kimmock's
son's name?
son sometimes, too. They know each other. John Kimmock,
What's
Steve
Dickie
Kimmock.
Betts' son's name, though?
Oh, Dwayne, sorry.
Dwayne.
He's named after Dwayne Allman,
Dude, he looks just
And
like his
he's,
dad. It's kind of.
but his name is Dwayne Betts.
We saw them live. That was
Yep.
a pretty good show.
He played with his father a bunch of times, and now his father's getting to the point where he's not really touring too much, so he pretty much has, like, goes forward with, like, the Dickie Betts theme, or the Dickie Betts show.
Your boots would fit
Yeah.
in perfectly there.
But then there's also, and not to say local, but there's Steve Kimmock and then John Kimmock. Steve Kimmock played with members of the Grateful Dead, and John Kimmock's been a touring drummer since probably the last 15 years, and he's like 15 years younger than I am. And then there's Max Portnoy, who is Mike Portnoy's son.
Well, doesn't
Who's
Mike
played
Portnoy's
with,
daughter?
Next
She's
to
a
None.
musician too.
Yeah, she's a singer.
She-
Yeah, well, his wife was in a
She was in an all-metal
Do you know this?
band. It's a
No,
hair
I
metal
don't know
band,
what
but
we're
I
talking
can't
about.
remember the name of it.
So Mike Portnoy's wife was in a hair metal band.
His wife?
Yeah.
No, they were
Like
more local
Vixen or
to New
something?
York, like the New York area, but so was Twisted Sister at one point.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't get me started on Twisted Sister.
You don't like Twisted Sister?
We've had this conversation.
No, have we? Did we
Well,
talk
not
about
on
you
air.
not liking Twisted Sister?
Who's the lead
I don't
singer
know
of
what's wrong with Twisted Sister.
Dee
but
Snider?
Dee Snider, yeah.
No relation.
Fucking lunatic, man. Have you ever seen that movie, Strangeland? Yes,
mean-
it's one of my favorite movies.
He's
It's a fucking twisted
So
movie.
actually,
It's crazy. Who thinks like that? I fucking love that movie. That's exactly how this conversation goes.
okay. So we have talked about this, but I don't think we ever talked about it on the podcast, and I don't know what your issue is with Twisted Sister.
All right, so
They're
he had to have some. He wrote that movie. Have you seen the movie?
I have it on DVD. Actually, we did
Sure
talk
it was
about
Dee
this. I have it
Snider.
on DVD.
Dee Snider's Strangeland. Yes.
Next,
Fucking.
the next
It
episode.
scarred me for life.
Oh my God! It's not that. The next episode, we're gonna play it in the background. Strangeland.
Oh.
Did
Dee
you
Snider.
say it's not that bad? Do you
It's-
remember the parts of
it's
the
not-
body that they sewed
That's
together?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
So, what is wrong?
Apparently, they're coming out with it. We did talk about this because they're coming out. I told you they're coming out with the Strangelands 2,
Why?
but I don't know.
Is it the same killer?
I don't know if
They
that
can't
was
be.
just
I'm not to ruin it. Although, am I really rooting it? It's been out for fucking like 20 years.
He didn't die at the end.
Didn't he hang from a tree? Oh no,
No.
they tried to hang him from the tree.
No.
They were unsuccessful.
I think that right now that's just a rumor that they're coming out with the Strangelands 2.
I hope it stays
but,
a rumor.
I mean, I hope they
I
come
don't
out
think I
with
ever saw that movie.
It's a fucking horrible
I'm
movie.
not a big horror fan.
Listen,
but
it's one of those psychological.
but it's not
type
a horror
horror.
movie. It's more, it's more of a like
This
a
man
thriller,
is
suspense, and the
fucking-
guys.
he's
the,
twisted.
The character that Dee Snider plays is basically
What he wishes he could be in
Psychotic.
real life, I'm sure.
he's
nuts.
psychotic.
That sound, I don't think I've never clearly.
GS has
I've
never
never
seen
seen
it.
it,
You
but
don't
it
want to.
sounds like something
Yes,
I might
you
be
do.
interested in.
It's a really good movie.
I'm all about the psychological thriller.
Next
books and
next
stuff.
podcast, we're gonna play it in the
We
background.
are fucking not.
You see the TV?
Oh,
What do
we're
you
good.
care? We're definitely playing it in the
No.
background.
Oh my god, listen.
I say play it in the background. All right, so back to kids or musicians' children that have made it big. There's also like Ozzy's daughter, Kelly Osbourne.
What about Billy
She
Ray
had a bunch
Cyrus
of-
and Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually probably got bigger than he did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, she can
Exponentially.
sing. Have you ever heard her cover Janis Joplin? Bobby McGee?
I have heard her. She was not that long ago. She was on the Howard Stern show because Metallica came out with a album that's all covers,
Yep.
and she does a Metallica song.
She does do a Metallica song.
Yeah. She does Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah.
She also covered a Chris Cornell song. And then she did an interview afterward. And even what she said in her interview was pretty fucking, like, awesome. She seems like very awesome. Really out there, but very awesome.
She's kind of goofy, but I mean,
All the best people are.
she's got a hell of a voice. I'll tell you that. She's a
Yeah,
really good
she
singer.
can sing. She can sing.
She did a good job on the Metallica thing, even though what really sucks about that is that people, like in social media, blasted the living shit out of her and Metallica, but
Why though?
Well, they're going to do that no matter what.
because she's Miley Cyrus and it's Metallica.
It's misogyny.
Well,
What you have to
agree.
understand,
It's
this is what you have to
misogyny.
understand, that people, like especially Metallica fans, I mean, Metallica fans, they had some of their fans abandon them when
Napster.
they cut their hair.
Oh,
No, when they cut their
yeah,
well,
that.
the
I
Napster
remember
thing,
that.
was
Well,
let's go back to the
Lars
Black
was a little
Album.
bit of a bitch during the whole Napster thing. Let's be real.
Well, let's even go back to the Black Album. When the Black Album came out, which was produced by Bob Rock.
Yeah.
And there's many, many, many Metallica fans that
They didn't like
done
it.
that day.
yeah, they thought that.
But see,
Metallica
I
sold
liked
out.
that
Well, they were
album.
more
But I wasn't into
progressive
the
before that.
big 80s Metallica. You like the...
To be honest with you, I wasn't a huge Metallica fan when I was a teenager until later in life. But I mean, to me, that's just a band that, like, I get it. It wasn't, you can't record Master of Puppets every time you record an album.
right.
They've evolved,
So-
though, too.
But that's-
and
well,
stayed
that's the thing,
relevant.
so-
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do.
Even today, they are literally one of the biggest heavy metal bands in the world.
Oh, absolutely. And
So they did something right?
Absolutely. And if I can, just going back to Miley Cyrus, she's an amazing artist.
oh my God, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in agreement. She has a great voice, but when you have people that are
You're always going to have
diehard-
haters. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's always going to be
always,
haters.
right.
And when you've got diehard heavy metal fans, and then you've got
Yeah, you mix
what
it
was
with
her
pop
name
or
on that?
whatever you want
What
to
was
call
the
it.
show that she did?
which one?
Oh,
She did a
gosh.
show on Disney.
Hannah Montana.
Yes, Jesse watched it all the time.
Joey
So-
watched it too.
When you have a huge band like Metallica, and
then
you've
have
got
Hannah
Hannah
Montana come on.
singing one
Or
of their
the Wrecking
songs,
Ball
well,
chick. Remember, she was looking
Yeah.
at Hammer and shit. Like, she really got ridiculed hard for that.
So people are going.
But
there's
again,
gonna be
though, I
haters,
mean,
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just.
I watched, and you can watch it on YouTube. It's on. There's a video of her.
Oh, I've seen the Metallica cover. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it.
I was telling other people.
Oh, well, then look at the camera.
Why?
One of the...
Why do I have to look at the camera? What happened to... Oh, the other one's down here. Why do I have to look at the camera?
All right, well, listen,
So if you
Mr.
haven't seen Miley Cyrus do Metallica on Howard Stern,
We'll comment
Yeah.
the link
It was
in the
amazing.
comment
I
section.
think she did a great job.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're also going to put a link for her covering Janis Joplin's Bobby McGee.
That I
She
have
used to
not
do
heard,
the-
and I
Oh,
do love Janis Joplin.
so do I. Best album was the Pearl album. But
I'm gonna have to.
Miley Cyrus used to do these acoustic backyard sessions at her place and then record them. I don't know if it was during pandemic or before pandemic, but the first one I saw was Bobby McGee, and it was
Oh, yeah?
pretty fucking good.
I have to check that out.
I am dropping a lot of F-bombs tonight.
Are you?
Reel that in.
Yeah, she
I mean,
definitely
we
outdid her
going back.
father exponentially,
Oh, yeah.
and she's amazing. You can't deny her ability, her artistic
Yeah, and
ability.
she's got that soul sound to
Yeah.
her voice, like the passion and the soul, like it just did her.
And the problem with Billy Ray Cyrus is he cut off his mullet, and that's what ended it all, right? Cut off his
He
mullet.
is
and-
It's like Samson.
Listen, you can knock him all you want. He made some beautiful children. Have you seen all his daughters? They're gorgeous.
Actually, no.
Google them.
Because he
They're
married
beautiful.
models or procreated with models.
Well, he's a smart man.
with models. I mean, I was just talking about his music career. I mean, we can talk about his
No, we don't have
His
to.
genetics.
Can we
appropriation.
pause so I can get a drink, though?
Yeah, we can pause. I could use a drink.
Alrighty. Is
I
that
also
okay
have
with
to
everybody?
pee.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for the announcement.
I'm happy that you can go. I don't know what are you supposed to say to that. We're back.
We're back. We had a nice pee break, and we're here.
We're back.
We're back.
Nothing's falling over.
Well, it's good.
Headphones are in place. Not magically sliding off my head.
During the break, we were talking, before the break, we were talking about musicians, kids that are famous, and I was trying to think of some more, but I got nothing. So, what else you got to talk
There's
about?
a lot more.
I'm sure there's shitloads more.
I mean, it's... How about this?
Wait, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, go.
So, I'm sorry. Did we talk about Wolfgang Puck?
Oh,
We did.
Oh,
Did
okay.
I mean,
we mentioned
Wolfgang
his name.
Puck is a famous chef, but we can talk about.
I knew who you meant.
That's why I'm here.
We
For
can
you to
talk-
correct me, babe.
We can talk about
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. No, what the hell's his name? His name's not Wolfgang. You keep saying Wolfgang.
What happened on the break, man?
Holy shit!
We went to shit.
Damn it!
Wow.
No, his name is Wolfgang.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Von something. Hold on.
So,
Wolfgang von Halen.
Thank
Von
you.
something. Oh my god.
isn't it just Wolfgang Van Halen? I mean,
Yes, it's
named
Wolfgang
after
Van
the
Halen.
band Van Halen.
He was the guy that
Eddie
played
Van
at the Taylor Hawkins tribute,
He did.
like you mentioned earlier.
I did.
Thanks for getting us back there.
And I recommend anybody that hasn't seen it to watch that
Tribute.
tribute concert to Taylor Hawkins, because Wolfgang he plays guitar in that. I think they did Jump or Panama. I forget which one.
I
think they did Panama.
Panama.
And he does
Amazing.
hell of a job
Yeah.
on guitar. And normally I think he probably knows how to play a lot of different instruments, but normally he
I think
plays
he's a
bass.
Piano player too.
Well, he played bass with Van Halen when they
Mm-hmm.
reunited with David Lee Roth
Without Anthony.
without Michael Anthony.
Yeah, Michael.
To everybody watching, it's a crime that Michael Anthony was not part of that, but whatever.
But at least Sammy Hagar still keeps him around.
yeah.
He's got his Red Rocket Band. I don't know what it's called though.
Oh,
He's got
wait, so
Sammy
hold on.
Hagar in the Circle.
Something like
That's
that.
where
Yeah.
Michael Anthony
Didn't he have
is.
some chicken band too back in the day?
They had a
Chicken?
band called Chicken Foot, and
Oh, yeah.
I got to be honest with you, I think they have 3 or 4 albums, and they're really good. I mean, GS and I love Sammy Hagar, so
Yeah, so
pretty much anything that he does is pretty awesome.
I was just going to
Poor
say,
GS,
I was
she's
just going...
tried to talk twice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
apologize.
that's okay. Yeah,
Cut
because,
her
you know,
off.
he
Go
likes
ahead.
to talk over me.
It's all right.
So, Van
I mean, it's my
Halen.
show or our show, but go ahead, take over. Go ahead. You know,
Nobody can read this.
Ooh, her ring sparkled
All
very
of you
pretty.
people at home.
It was very sparkly as you were moving your finger around.
go ahead.
So, Van Halen. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
David
God.
Roth.
Ooh.
Really?
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Oh, you are in the minority up there on my...
Maybe that's
Minority of who? People in this room, or the?
Well,
So
you're all...
most people are.
Yes, in this room.
What happened there, bud?
It's
You
a
all right?
little close. Most people would say David Lee Roth. I love both,
But who better?
but because of when Sammy Hagar joined the band, I mean, in 1984, when he left in or when David Lee Roth left in '84, I was only 10 years old. So
Don't go by by age. Just go by
You
what
can't
you
go by
prefer.
age, because if we
No,
go by age,
because-
it doesn't count. My vote just wouldn't count.
I
No,
think
not-
both were phenomenal,
I'm
but I
talking about
prefer
you.
Sammy Hagar.
I'm not talking about your vote. I'm talking about mine.
Gotcha.
So when Sammy Hagar joined the band, I was a teenager, and that was when I was listening to a lot more hard rock and heavy metal,
But
and
see-
I prefer Sammy Hagar.
But see, I don't think that that's an. Okay,
It
I
is
understand
because
what you're
David Lee
saying.
Roth's version of Van Halen is before our time.
Yeah, but it's freaking phenomenal. However,
I think you're slightly confused about who we're talking about here.
What?
Are you not
David
in
Lee
agreement
Roth.
with me?
She likes it when he
I know
kicks
who-
his foot up in the air and does a split on stage, and then gets
Okay,
up.
what
and
I'm
then shakes
trying
his
to
ass.
say to you is
Then
that
he turns around and he looks at the audience.
He was
I
definitely a performer.
prefer-
I mean, he was entertaining.
I prefer the Sammy Hagar version of Van Halen.
and I do as well. I'm just
I
saying.
know. You're
I don't
arguing
think
with
you're
me, and I'm not
cheating.
sure why.
No,
because
there's
I
no
agree.
argument.
I'm just
You're
saying. I
taking
don't
it
think you're
as
giving.
one.
I agree with you. I think Sammy Hagar was the
There we
better lead singer. However, I don't think you're giving David Lee Roth enough credit.
That's not true, because at the very beginning of this, I said I love both versions. I have every album that Van Halen has ever
Did
put
you
out.
ever see that commercial where they ask for the rollback, the playback?
Yeah, the flag. I need a red flag. We throw the red flag, and you rewind backwards.
We had
And
this
I
conversation
said-
before.
So in the edit of this, we're going to go back. We're going to do the
How'd that go?
to where I said I love both versions, and then continued on to explain why I like the Sammy Hagar version more. And now
Okay,
we're back to now. And
And what? Please keep going.
Continuing on.
well, that's it. we could
Next
we could
subject.
keep talking about Van Halen. But
What other children following their parents?
you know, I was
footsteps are
trying to think of
missing?
some, but I don't know.
There has to be a lot more that we're just.
I mean,
I mean,
like,
there's gotta be,
isn't-
but-
like Bon Jovi, he's got like 16 kids, doesn't he have one of them that's in
They
music?
have
Does he really
Yeah,
four or
He
five.
has 4 or 5.
But
That's
no,
not 16.
they're not. No,
No.
none of them are
4 or
musically.
5 are
Is he Gandhi?
That's not
So-
not common.
No,
Well,
none of them
because-
I
are.
meant Genghis Khan. Sorry.
None of them are in the music business.
They aren't. None of them?
No, they're not.
So when I say things like that, it's only because GS and I only have one. And my philosophy is, if you have more than one, that's too many.
Wait, more than one what?
Practical.
Kids.
My dad used to say
Oh.
the same thing, and there was 3 of us.
'Cause he knew.
Like, we see people that have like 3
Did
and
you miss what I
4
just said?
and 5 kids, and I always say that's whatever it is. So if you have 4 kids, that's 3
That's
too
3
many.
too many.
Because we only have 1, so that's all we know.
We have 2, but Willow's like.
That's
having
1 too many.
More than 1.
Stop it.
Well, that's
I was watching a TikTok video of this woman. She has 5 German shepherds,
yeah, that's
and I said, "Oh my gosh, bless your heart. That is
four-
4
She's a
too
big
many."
yard.
that's
for
4
me."
too many, because we
And
have
how-
2 German shepherds in it,
Is she?
and we have 1
is she
too
like
many.
somebody able to like manage? 4
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
no, yeah. They were
Yeah.
swimming in the pool. Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I hear these
Huge
stories
house.
of like women getting mauled by their dogs.
Oh no.
What?
No, these
Oh,
dogs
that
were
happens.
well established.
Women
You're
getting
just
mauled
trying to
by
separate
their
Walter
dogs.
and I even more. You're bullshit.
No, this happens. I was just
For
thinking
those
about
of you
that
that
the
don't
other
know,
day.
Walter is our dog that I got for me and the girls, and he loves the tech guy.
Well,
No,
I mean, that's not uncommon, because almost every pet that my wife and I have had, the first pet that we ever had together, well, actually, the first pet we ever had together was a rabbit. And he,
really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
his name was Timon.
Timon.
I had a rabbit.
It was so cute.
Peanut butter.
After
I loved him.
he was gray and white.
He was little.
He
trained.
actually,
He was so cute.
I don't think he really picked either one of us. He loved both of us. It was quite
Dude,
fun to
rabbits love
have.
everybody.
So then our next pet was a cat that I bought for. Actually, I didn't buy him.
You didn't buy him.
I
I
didn't
rescued
think you
him out
liked
of a
cats.
barn. or out of a garage. And that was my first anniversary gift to GS. And he basically turned into my cat. I mean,
He did, however,
pretty
why don't
much
you
of
go
me.
and tell the stories about what he did to my unmentionables?
Are we telling that story?
Well,
I mean, I
sure,
can
why
tell
not?
that
I mean,
story.
it's freaking funny.
So
It's
when
unmentionable, though.
GS
I
and
like
I
anything that's unmentionable.
when GS and I got
Yes.
married, we lived with my uncle on he had a farm,
Chateau.
and off of his house he had a smaller chateau. It was literally
A kitchen.
It was a kitchen,
A living room, and a loft.
loft where your bed was. That was the whole entire
And your
house.
heat was a propane heater or fire or
A wood stove.
thank you, wood stove. So wood stove. I learned
It's
how
kind of
to.
romantic.
I learned how to
It was quite
build fires
beautiful.
real quick.
So
Yeah,
we lived
super
there for
romantic.
the first 2 years that we were married, and our second pet was our cat Sammy, and we don't know why, but he used
After
to
Sammy
love
Hagar?
to go upstairs into the loft. And we didn't have, because it was a loft, there was no dressers. So behind the bed, there was like sliding doors that had shelves. And that's where you put all your clothing. He would open these sliding doors and he would pull out her bras,
Just my stuff, not his. Just
underwear,
Maybe he wanted to try them on.
and then he would walk down the steps with these things hanging out of his mouth. So anytime that we brought people to the chateau, we would have them stand outside and we would go inside to make sure
He wasn't
Clean
bringing
up.
gifts.
that her underwear and bra weren't, like, he would just bring them downstairs and they would be spread out across the
Oh
carpet.
my god.
Yeah.
Specifically the underwear, like the,
Maybe-
and the bras. Like
Was
the
he lying out
undergarments.
the outfits he
No,
wanted
it was
you to
just
be
the
in?
underwear and the bras.
Only
and
underwear
we have
and bra.
pictures of him coming
Oh, yeah.
down the stairs
Yeah.
with a bra hanging in his mouth between all four of his legs.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Only
Kind of
her
adorable.
clothing and only bras and underwear.
Well,
And he would drag them downstairs and he would.
now if you believe in
them on the floor.
reincarnation, what was he before? Just saying.
See, I don't
Well, we
know.
think that he was a dog before because he acted like a
He
dog.
was a panty sniffer.
Oh, he was absolutely a dog.
Yeah.
Listen, this cat was not a cat. He was a dog.
He was a dog. So then our next pet was a dog named Toby, and
That was my baby.
that was actually, he favored Gina. And then there was Kumo was the next one, the white German Shepherd, and he is 100% my dog. He
How did we
loves
just
me.
gloss over Toby?
I just talked about that.
You
Because
just
he was
said-
yours.
Well, no, I
Exactly, right?
I said the next one after Sammy was Toby, and
yeah.
And then
he,
went into a whole story.
he favored Gina, and then there was the last pet that
He
we
knows
have.
you're talking about him.
Oh no, that's not the last
Oh,
pet.
that's that cool.
We actually had another cat in there named Chloe,
Chloe,
and that was
she was
100% my wife's because I actually hated that cat. I didn't like her, and there's only one reason I didn't, and that's because she is a convicted pisser. She pissed on our carpet at our first house and
She was
this house
tried
that
by
we
a
live
jury.
in.
Convicted.
So she's been
pisser.
convicted of pissing on the carpet.
She was such a
Convicted
cuddle
She
bug.
pisser.
had ears.
Convicted. Once
book
you've
was
been
thrown.
caught and convicted, it's just like regular,
I got you.
Regular law. You're
we got,
guilty and you're innocent until proven guilty.
Although that's not the case in real law anymore. but
By a
that's
jury.
okay.
of
And
your peers.
she was caught red-handed pissing on the carpet. So,
However, I want to point out
Guilty.
first that we had her before we got Toby, and she's always been until the day she died, she was a cuddle bug.
Aw.
But she would crawl under the covers with me
Oh,
and
yeah,
sleep
it was
with me,
great.
and we would spoon.
Yeah.
That's
And
my
then when we
Lily.
got
My
Toby,
Lily and I
that
spoon.
changed.
There's an order that I did miss her in that order, and
Because
it's only
you
because I
Didn't like her.
did like her. So there was our first cat Sammy, our second cat Chloe, our first dog, Toby. Then there was Kumo. And then there's Cooper, who is the newest German Shepherd that we have. And Cooper was technically also my wife's dog.
Yes,
But he
chose
definitely chose our son. He's Jesse's dog. And I tried to get him to take him with him when he went to San Francisco, but it didn't work out that way, so we're kind of stuck with him. And we do love him. He's a huge pain in the ass. Aww. Anybody that ever tells you 2 dogs is no different than having one is a fucking liar.
Don't say that.
Yes, it is.
Mother trucker, you just ruined everything for me.
No, you don't need 2 dogs.
Whitney, man,
Whitney
needed to come be with Wally.
2 dogs at once.
2 dogs.
Ridiculous.
Chaos.
You just totally dismantled my entire week of build-up.
You'll be all right. You figure it out.
He's never going to let me get a second one now.
Yeah.
But Cooper, so if you want to compare Cooper to Kumo, Cooper is the
He's a
typical
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd who you do not want to approach your house unattended. You know,
he's a protector,
uninvited.
By nature.
Oh, he will rip your ass apart.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing because he's gonna protect his family.
He's very angry when
you guys can control him.
Well, that's a whole other story. We can, but Cooper's got his own personality, and
I saw that today. I
Here's
don't know
the
what
problem.
I did to him, man. We were buddies.
No, it's just that he
No,
wasn't expecting you
nothing to do with
guys, and we weren't there.
It's a different day. Right?
In Cooper's mind, he believes and wants to be the big dog in the house.
He is the big dog in the house.
He's not the big dog in the house.
He is.
No.
Rick doesn't think this because Kumo is
he's not the big dog.
Oh, come love me.
He wants to be the alpha.
He wants to be the alpha.
Cooper does absolutely want to be
Who's the alpha, though?
Rick.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question. Who's the alpha in our house?
Oh, I don't know. That's about it.
I don't think any of us do.
I think Willow.
Willow?
I was going to say, I think your daughter is Willow. Willow's the alpha in your house.
When we first got together, I came with 2 cats, Gypsy and Pirate. Right? Peanut wasn't with me, right? No. I had Gypsy and Pirate.
How many cats have you had?
Listen. Don't worry about it.
So you've had 2
I had Peanut. Peanut, well, if we're talking about after I moved out of my parents' house, I had Peanut. Peanut was one I lost in a breakup. He was a pretty dope cat, but he had chosen the other person.
That's why you never buy animals when you're dating somebody.
Listen, mistakes
happen.
I'm a live and learn type person.
Why are you saying that right now? Your kid did that. It did exactly that.
Yeah, true story.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible idea. When he's here, we'll tell him face to face. It's a terrible fucking idea.
I mean, yeah. So then I came with Pirate and Gypsy, and then when we moved in together, I don't know what drove us to go and look at dogs. It was probably me. And he picked out Sandalwood. I had picked out this boxer. It was really cute. I love the boxer. Hold on.
No, what did you say? Sandalwood?
Sandalwood?
Is that the
Sandy
dog's
was
name?
her nickname. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a
We
name.
lived in an apartment.
Okay.
I thought you were saying a type of dog, but
Right.
that's the name
Oh
of
no.
the dog.
So
Gotcha. Go ahead.
then we had gotten Sandy together. Sandy is short for Sandalwood, our
Gotcha.
Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, okay.
She was my baby.
She pooped on her.
I was gonna go there. Way to fucking pop that cherry way too early.
So this is so you claim that this is your dog.
No,
and
so
she pooped on you?
I had picked out this
That's not
boxer
good.
at where we were. I was looking at this boxer. I kept telling, come see this. And he's carrying around this Cocker Spaniel. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's cute. It's wonderful. He's like, just hold her. She pisses on me.
Ow.
I'm like, are you fucking, just take her back. Like, come look at this boxer. So he looks at the boxer. He puts Sandy down. He looks at the boxer. Then he walks away. He has Sandy in his arms again. He's like, just hold her again. And she fucking shit on me. So this one goes.
Now at this point,
That's what he said. At
Kevin
this
said
point,
again.
she's marked you. This is the one
She's
we're
like,
getting.
I'm so comfortable.
Now,
Well, I mean, that could be it. Maybe she was so comfortable that she just...
listen, she was my best fucking friend. I loved that dog.
Oh, yeah? Well,
so
there you go. That's
we got
perfect.
a dog to take our relationship to the next level, I guess, type thing. And
She found her forever human.
yeah, she was my forever dog, too. I love that dog. Oh,
Nice. How long did she... How old was
13
she?
years.
Oh, yeah?
Aw.
That's good.
So we got
about,
her... Wait, I'm not done my story.
All right.
I know it takes a while.
Go
It
ahead.
takes a
There
while.
you go.
Keep
I
with me.
apologize.
It'll end
I'm with you.
soon.
Go ahead. I apologize.
So we got Sandy to move our relationship to the next level to prove that we could do it, and 2 weeks later we were pregnant.
Oh,
There you go.
So my dog, she was my buddy through
That's
like
moving
the
it to the
whole-
next level.
Yeah, it was. But she was like that puppy grew with the belly. She grew up with
Oh,
Joey.
yeah.
Joey put that puppy
Nice.
through hell. Like
Aw.
she was my shadow. We would play hide and seek. I'd come home, I'd hide. She'd come find me. She followed me everywhere.
Nice.
So when we got Wally, if you ever put the pictures of Sandy and Wally next to each other, they kind of look similar. It's like
Aw.
Wally's version 2.0. Except he didn't choose me.
Oh, I was just gonna ask that.
Because he didn't poop on you?
He fucking chose him.
Oh.
Well, that's why I was telling you the story that most of the animals that we've had, I mean, we've
He
had...
chose you.
They've
Why
chose.
though?
Toby
Why?
was mine.
Yeah.
Through and
Because-
through, but that was it. And
Tell us in the
Chloe.
comments why.
I can tell you why. There's always an alpha in the house.
I'm the fucking alpha. I love you.
I mean, I guess maybe you are.
You can't
but
comment. You
We let her.
There's always
Yeah,
an
but
alpha in the house, and
even
usually animals. So when I
As long
was
as she
a
thinks that.
teenager and a kid growing up, raised by a single mother, my mom always had cats and dogs, and we had
Birds.
German shepherds and
Birds?
golden retrievers
Crosby?
and cats.
Wait, is
And
the bird thing real? Did they have
My
birds?
mom
Like the ones that talked?
No.
Those are parrots.
Parakeets.
And
No,
my-
not all parrots. It's their parakeets.
and my mother, all of our animals, because my mom was the alpha in the house, every one of those animals all clung to her.
So the fact that growing up, all of our animals listened to my mom,
She could be
Pegalicious
the
was
alpha in the
secretly
house.
the alpha.
That's
I
very
wonder how
possible.
Dad feels
Yeah.
about this.
Well, that's
We could get your mom and dad on here and we
No.
could talk about it.
Listen, Pegalicious is way too innocent for this.
No,
They would
what
never
are you
tell
talking
the
about? We
truth.
could have a stripped down
well,
version. We
so
don't have to. I don't have to say.
Padre
fuck all the
listens
time.
to the podcast.
So we could have your parents on here. I don't
Never.
have to. I don't.
Nope.
But
Nope.
we don't have to curse, and
No.
they could be a calling guest.
You think they don't know I curse?
we could do call-ins.
No. I mean, for
I'm thinking
the
that maybe.
interwebs, yes.
The
Strangers,
interwebs.
yes. Your
Strangers are
family,
calling in?
Strangers in the
maybe. I don't know, as long as they talk to you and not me.
Wait, strangers are calling in?
I don't know. You're the one that said something about a call-in.
No, I think we were talking about having your
Don't
parents
talk
on.
to strangers.
Stranger danger.
I think.
Strangeland.
pretty
Full circle
sure-
back to the freaking movie.
Listen, I'm pretty sure we were talking about having your parents either here
How do we go from a story
or
about
on
alphas?
like a video thing on the show.
I think we're good.
Why?
Why don't we have
I want to know if your mother
my
thinks
mother?
that she's. Or I want to know if your mom's the alpha, but your dad thinks that he is. So I mean, maybe that's something we do. We bring on family gifts. We bring on your parents. I'm not 100% sure that if my dad was still alive, my dad would probably come on the show.
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
that my mom would. I think she'd probably tell me
Yeah.
that.
I mean, she
I
might be in the
should probably go to
background,
them.
maybe, but
Yeah, but I don't think she'd say that much.
no, she wouldn't.
My mom's not a talker. She intimidates people just
She
when
intimidates
she
the
walks
shit out of me.
just
She
when,
is
just by
she's
walking
very
in a room
pretty
and she doesn't
was
have to say a
very
word.
nice, but she definitely seemed like somebody to not fuck with.
However, we could probably
Well-
get both of my sisters. I think they'd be.
Bonnie
come on the
is your
podcast.
typical Italian mama.
Can she cook?
Oh,
Sunday gravy.
of course.
My mom is quite the amazing chef.
I have
Then we should have her.
learned many recipes from.
You just want her to
Bonnie.
make you dinner. So you want my mom to make you dinner.
I mean, I'll take anybody to make me
If she
dinner.
doesn't,
Does anybody want to make me
She's
dinner?
whether or not she wants to be
I
on
like
the
food.
podcast or not, you just want food.
Yeah.
I'm
Lasagna's
with you.
my favorite.
My mom makes a pretty good
Big ziti.
No, lasagna is my
Oh,
favorite.
I'm just going through them.
No, we're not.
Actually, baked ziti was never really a big thing in my house. Lasagna.
Stuffed peppers.
Oof,
Stuffed peppers are good. No, they're good.
nasty.
So we had holoshki and holopkis.
Different part of Europe.
Yeah. That was my grandma. My mam who just turned 97.
Polish? Are they Polish? Yeah.
Polish. Yeah.
Oh, I learned how to make brajul from your mom.
What is that? That sounds good.
Brajul is the
Ooh, I will
take-
make that before we have another episode.
Yes. What are we doing next weekend? Do we got plans?
Well, Jesse's gonna be home for the next 2 Saturdays.
Sounds even
so-
better.
Yeah,
that's why
I mean,
we need to have.
well, yeah,
So
we'll figure it out.
you take meat,
Steak meat.
steak meat,
I'm in.
and you can.
You pound it really
Just
thin.
gonna say-
Well,
Steak,
so okay, so
not
when
meat.
when
Had
we
me
were
meat.
Well, hold on.
well, when I was a kid, my mom always used steakum meat,
Okay.
and that's only because that was
Yeah, that's cheap.
that's why.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
and
wait, can I-
So
we had
you
steak on
take you get
Thursdays.
steak meat and
Can
you
I-
pound it really thin,
Explain this the correct
and
way.
then
Because it
on the-
depends.
Just says the
inside
correct
of it.
way.
on the top of the meat you put. There's
Oh.
a couple of different things you can put. The biggest ingredient is garlic, and then my mom always made it with garlic and parsley, and you kind of make you crush all the parsley up. The garlic is cut real fine, and then you put it on top of the meat and you roll it up and you tie it, and then the
What do
meat
you tie it with?
string,
Just
and then
ask.
the meat
You're talking to somebody who doesn't cook.
Cooking string.
cooking
Cooking
string. And then these balls of meat get cooked in the
Oh,
sauce.
so you put them in a circle?
What?
You said balls of meat.
Well, you roll them up, and it's like a.
Like a.
It's more of a square.
Okay, thank you.
It's like a. It's just.
You fry it up and then you add it
Yeah.
to the sauce.
Okay. What, like
However-
spaghetti sauce?
Yes. You
Okay.
cook
Inside the
them
sauce.
inside the sauce, and then it.
Now, however, depending on which part of Italy your ancestors come from, they make it differently.
Tuscany?
They do make it differently.
Yeah. So it's north or south.
I don't remember what part of Italy my
so-
ancestors come from.
I'm not sure where your grandfather came from, but it was garlic and parsley inside of
Now, me personally,
the meat.
I hate parsley. I don't like the taste of it. So we've
Doesn't really
modified
have
it
a
slightly. Like
taste.
it does. Oh, parsley absolutely has a taste.
I mean,
and I can't stand it. So Gina has modified it to now the brajul that she makes has garlic and basil and oregano in it, which I personally think is way better than the.
I would laugh
parsley
hysterically
version.
if she was secretly putting parsley in.
No,
I
he
had
would
no
know.
idea
No,
because
no,
it has
no.
no
No,
flavor.
he would know.
He's
No,
got
I
a
wouldn't.
detector.
Yeah, I would know.
I think he does because the
You and that's
Tacos?
exactly right. So at our regular job, Laura and I went to get lunch, and there's this woman named Dee Dee who.
I was
she-
thinking of a different story.
No, you're talking about
I was
the.
talking about when we were in OP.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dee Dee and
No, but
her.
you go ahead.
She
you're
had
dating.
the ziti with baked ziti with spinach. in
And
it.
she straight forced him to
Yeah.
try.
She forced me to try it, and she's like, "Oh, you can't taste the
Can't
spinach."
say no to Dee Dee, man.
Oh, spinach? Oh my God.
So I tried
She
it.
I
And
sounds
I'm
told
like,
good.
her like 6 times, I don't like spinach. She's like, nope, you gotta try it.
What's wrong with
Oh,
spinach?
he
Do you
hates
ever have
spinach.
spinach with like
He doesn't
butter?
like it cooked, right?
Shit
That's what
ton
it
of
is.
butter on spinach.
I was
It's
thinking,
disgusting.
The only kind of spinach
You might as
he
well
eats
pull
is
seaweed
raw
out of
spinach
the
in his
ocean and eat
salad,
that.
in his spring
people
mix,
do do that.
and that's it.
Do you eat
So-
sushi? Sushi?
No.
With the seaweed?
I don't eat anything gross, and that's disgusting. So The spinach thing, and if my mother ever sees this episode, she might yell at me slightly. But when I was a kid, I was raised by a single mother with 3 children, and we were poor.
Yeah.
Spinach out of a can
It's
was a
disgusting.
staple in our house because it was
Popeye.
cheap. Because it's cheap.
And it was a
Actually,
good vegetable.
Spinach out of a can isn't that good though. So if
Well,
that's
any
what you were
spinach.
introduced to, I can understand why you don't like
Deep
it.
fried spinach is fantastic.
You have to get
Melts
like
in
the
your mouth.
leaves.
Once you cook spinach and it gets like all mushy and kind of nasty,
It's already
done.
mushy when you get it
Let
out
him
of a can.
finish.
I know. And then you heat that shit up. It's disgusting. So there's a few things that I refuse to eat that were in my childhood. Spinach is one of them. Brussels sprouts is another one. I think.
yeah.
Oh, they're
that's
gross.
nasty.
Love Brussels
And then
Oh, they smell so bad.
Gotta make them fresh.
Oh, they
Disgusting.
smell so
And you
bad.
roast them?
You know what? That's probably true. It's the same thing with spinach because
Yeah.
No,
The
I had
spinach
a
is
best
best
friend in
when it's
high
made
school, and
fresh.
she
But
ate that shit
I
all the
don't know.
time, fresh from the farmer's market. It didn't matter. They were disgusting.
Listen, my mom made frozen Brussels sprouts. No.
the
And
worst one for me,
Oh, and green beans out of a can.
and this is the
Oh God, no! Or squishy peas from a
Squishy
can. I don't like squishy peas.
I mean,
Peas aren't supposed to be squishy like that.
pretty
man.
much
That I
any
can eat.
vegetable that you buy out of a can.
It's
is
gross.
not gonna be-
it is. Yeah,
One, there's way too much salt in it, so it's
that
not
is true.
There's one food at the top of the list
For hating or
as
liking.
that I hate and it's
Ooh, should we guess
due
it?
to my
Let's see if we can
childhood.
guess it.
You'll never guess it.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Hold on,
right
let's
now.
all take a guess. We'll all take a
Go
guess.
ahead, take a guess.
Tech guy, you go first. The guess. Don't say if it's right or wrong.
It's a vegetable?
First think about something that people would buy when you don't have a lot of money. It's like the late 70s into the 80s.
And it's canned?
Is it processed?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
I got my
frozen.
guess.
Oh,
Spam.
It's not spam.
I was gonna say a microwave
Fudge.
I actually
dinner. Any
never
type
ate
of
spam.
microwave dinner,
No,
like
that doesn't
Salisbury
count.
steak.
No, one guess, dude. That's it.
Well, that's my guess.
Your
Salisbury
guess is
steak microwave
Salisbury
dinner.
steak. So
What about GS? GS gets a guess.
I used to.
I don't know how she doesn't know this because I mean her and Jesse. Well, Jesse eats
Well,
it all
no,
the
you're
time.
gonna give her the answer. So
Oh!
stop. Damn it!
Well, don't say it. So the tech guy guessed Salisbury steak, and that Salisbury
Scrabble.
steak is in like the tin or like it's a whole bunch of them, and they're frozen. Salisbury
It's
steak is
gross.
probably like number 3-ish or 2-ish. Number 1 is Kraft macaroni and cheese.
What?
I
I
never
love
guessed that.
Kraft.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Just the
I would not
thought
say
of it,
that.
literally, I could gag right now. We ate so much Kraft macaroni and cheese because in
It
the
was
70s
easy,
and
it was
early 80s,
there.
you could buy
Yeah.
that shit for like,
It's
I think it was like 10 cents for
Yeah.
like 5
Yeah.
boxes. We had Kraft macaroni and cheese all the time.
And it's so easy
Lived
to
on
make.
that
I
shit.
can even make it.
And like right now, my mouth is like I could literally gag because it's so gross. Now,
Meanwhile, I have
What
some
do you-
Kraft macaroni and cheese upstairs.
the
I'm
worst.
waiting for Jesse.
every time
won't eat it,
Jessie
but-
loves that shit, and every time she makes it, I stand there and think, "Oh my god, how can you eat this crap?"
What do you think about Velveeta macaroni?
So Velveeta, because
I do like
that's
that.
I do like that because that's
But it's
It's
still
creamy.
not good for you.
oh god, it's definitely not good for you. But it's not powdered cheese.
I can
No.
eat
This
that
is
right
literally
now,
the powdered
actually.
cheese thing. That's what gets me.
I don't think I have. A
We've
food
even
I hate.
tried. I think there for a while, and I think they still make it. Kraft makes a white cheddar, which is powdered,
Mhm.
and it was the same thing. We've tried it, and I was like, "Oh God, I can't eat
Well,
this shit."
I mean, I don't remember that because I'm gluten free now. So
this
do
was
the Aunt
before
Annie's.
the gluten-free thing.
I think the Aunt
I
Annie's
like
is
the Annie's,
free.
but that is
Yeah.
powdered as well. But it's supposed to be organic.
Anything that's powdered like that, I can't do.
I don't really
Nasty.
think I have a food I wouldn't eat or despise.
You don't
I gotta
like
feel-
the Annie's macaroni and cheese?
No. I'm trying to think. Like he has a severe hatred for that food.
I do.
I don't think I
definitely
have a
do.
food I have a severe hatred for.
Mine is a vegetable.
Yeah, it's
Or-
broccoli. I've seen you eat it.
Well, that, yes.
He
And
You don't like
gags like a
broccoli?
cat.
Oh wow, I love.
I have a hard time,
The texture.
I have a hard time swallowing it without it regurgitating
The texture
back
of
up.
broccoli.
Oh God.
It's the
Really?
smell, the texture, and everything, but
I mean,
it's really
broccoli
good
does
for you.
have
Sometimes
a
I try to force myself to eat it.
broccoli does have a pretty bad. I mean, it kind of stinks.
I like
But-
it.
I love broccoli.
But
I
not
do
as bad
too.
as cabbage.
I love cabbage. What is wrong with you?
That's disgusting.
It's so fucking
I
good.
don't
You
eat-
married a Polish woman,
I don't eat cabbage either. That's
Yeah, but I like
nasty.
Mexican food.
but you
Cabbage
married a
is
Polish
gross.
woman.
I know, but you cooked me a good meal when I first met you.
I baked you chicken. I never said I was technology inclined. Is that what the word is there?
All right, we're back, and I mean,
Are we?
let's be honest here. On the inside of it says there's a big
No,
R and a big L. It says right and left.
I can't hear out of this side.
You probably broke the goddamn thing. I
What
mean,
did
we've
you
literally
do?
owned them. We've only owned them for maybe 2 hours.
Maybe
and
we shouldn't buy such cheap shit.
It's not. They're not. Are they cheap?
I don't know. I'm just
mean,
trying to
They
listen.
were on sale.
My
on
mic's
Amazon.
not near
I
my
mean-
mouth. You're gonna yell at me later.
I mean, they were
Is
on
this
sale
close
on
enough?
Amazon, so I mean,
I like them.
Do
I'm
we
only
need
being
that?
mean. Thank you for buying them. I appreciate you. You're amazing.
so you're gonna wear them the right way from now on.
I wish I could hear out of my right ear.
Oh my god, you broke the goddamn.
It's only coming
thing,
on
didn't
one
you?
channel or one side.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Is the plug-in right? The-
I did trip over everything and knock everything over on the break.
I don't know what
Twice. Twice. Oh, that is much better. Thank you. Good troubleshooting skills there, bud. You just wanted to.
Well, the good news here about this whole situation is you didn't break anything in the kiss room because
How do you know? You weren't here.
I
There's
mean,
so
I've
much
done
in
a,
here you wouldn't even notice.
Well, when I would notice. When I walked in, I did a scan of the room and everything looks pretty safe, so we're good. That's all that
He's got
matters.
everything marked.
Laser everywhere.
There's a catalog.
mental If it's a mental catalog, I'm not too concerned.
Well, there's 2 catalogs. There is a official catalog, but then there is a mental catalog. I know everything.
That was an obnoxious drink. I was very loud with that swallow.
I know everything that's down here.
We're going to have to do a whole episode on that. It's going to be like a trivia
We could do that.
kiss room blindfold Rick thing.
Blindfold. We could do that. The funny thing is that people will call GS and ask her for like gift ideas, birthday and like Christmas and stuff.
Don't people already assume anything kiss related?
Well, like they'll find things and then they'll call Gina and ask her if I already have it.
Does she know?
No, she has no goddamn clue. Now, there has been several times where she's come down here and like looked around and tried to find the thing that they're talking about,
Good luck with that.
but that doesn't usually turn out too well.
I've just recently noticed that there's like a whole corner stash full of stuff behind the one cutout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's vinyl back there.
I saw.
Are those all Kiss vinyls?
Actually, no. The rack behind me is all.
Ozzy.
Oh, no,
looking
that's
at an Aussie pop.
No,
Yeah.
Those vinyls back there, everything on that rack is sealed.
never
Yeah.
been
Makes me
open.
want to
Everything
open it.
on the bottom one here, those are all open. Sealed, open.
You know this thing about
And
me?
they're all in alphabetical order.
When people tell me that I can't do something or I'm not supposed to do something or not supposed to touch anything, makes me want to do it.
I mean, you can look through them, but you can't open them.
I just better not go over there.
Any vinyl that's sealed in this room, you do not open. Some of them are actually worth a lot of money. So I have, there's a bunch of Kiss vinyl that, like in the late 90s, when vinyl wasn't a big thing,
Double Decker would fight you on that.
they, no matter what you say, in the in the 90s, vinyl was not a big thing. Nobody was buying it. And there were vinyls that were printed, but a lot of them were like specialty things. Like the vinyl was different colors, and it was marble vinyl. And there weren't a lot of, most of them were numbered. There weren't a lot of pressings made, so they're worth quite a bit of money. Like I've got Kiss Alive 3 on red, white, and blue vinyl. And those are, they're worth a bit
Pretty
of money.
penny?
I don't want to say anything. I don't want people breaking into my house
I
trying
was
to
gonna
steal
say,
my vinyl.
back left corner. I'm just
For
kidding.
the record, the house is
German Shepherd protected. They're psycho.
The house is protected. We have ADT. We have 2 German Shepherds.
And they own firearms.
And I'm a firearms owner.
So speaking of vinyls, we inherited a bunch of my
pilfered.
father's vinyl collection today.
We pilfered.
And stop it.
Pilfered? Is that the
No,
word
we didn't
use?
pilfer. He was
pilfered.
there.
Did he not want you to
He-
take them?
No,
Or he said you
was
could?
pretty much spotting them off. My daughter
Oh,
was
alright,
looking
well,
for
that's
this
good.
ABBA vinyl because she's obsessed with ABBA all of a
I
sudden.
don't know where the ABBA obsession came
Yeah,
from.
15-year-old
but I
obsessed
can't.
with
They're
ABBA.
actually
I
one of the
mean-
better disco bands out
And,
there.
I mean, she
I don't
was-
mind their music.
She
I'm-
knew the
I am not a huge disco fan. However, ABBA does have some really good songs.
It concerns me because it's good cocaine music, but I think it's the singing that she
Oh my
likes.
god.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
real.
oh my
Yeah, that's a real thing. How could you even ask that? Disco?
Is that
era?
the-
Disco and cocaine?
Disco and
No.
cocaine?
I'm talking
Oh
about
my
your
God.
daughter.
Oh, well, no. He's saying it's concerning because of that. Now, she's 15 and she's
No.
an angel.
Concerning.
She's
Exactly,
an
that's
angel.
what I'm
Did you
trying to
ever
say.
see the
I'm-
Studio 54 documentary?
Okay, but she hasn't. So let's keep it like
no,
that.
no.
Anyway, so we inherited a bunch of vinyl, and there were 2 albums specifically that my father had made sure to show me more than once so that I would pay attention because they're collectibles and they're worth a pretty penny. And I don't freaking remember which 2. Do you remember?
Oh.
One was a Bob Dylan.
Yeah, the Bob Dylan one that you showed here on the one episode. Your dad
No,
had.
it wasn't that one.
Oh, it wasn't?
Mm-mm.
I
And
didn't
then
know there
one
was
was
another Bob Dylan album.
It was an Elvis.
There was an Elvis album in there, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see if.
So it sounds
Johanna
like your
paid
dad,
attention.
he had a pretty,
Oh, he's
We
where I learned
found,
all my music
Mother's
stuff,
album?
Yeah.
a what?
So my
A
father.
Mother's album. A
Oh, yeah?
live Mother's album.
Yeah, he doesn't know how that got in there. Nobody likes Frank
We
Zappa.
found, yes.
kidding. A lot of people.
Relayer. No, not
So,
Relayer.
my
There's a
father
lot of
was-
people that like Frank Zappa.
Frank, I'm only kidding. Frank Zappa, he's not that bad. Not as bad as Phil Collins. So
Wait. Whoa, what's wrong
Yeah,
with
what's
Phil
wrong with
We've
Phil
talked
Collins?
about my
It's
hatred
not
of Phil
his-
Collins
It's not
multiple
his fault that
times.
he's bald.
it's not
It's
only
not
that.
his fault that he's
It's
bald.
not
He's
only
got
that.
Good.
I think it
good-
might be
No,
that.
no.
There's a lot. There's some
I don't want
good
to talk
Phil
about my
Collins
hatred
songs.
for Phil Collins on the
He was,
internet.
It's okay.
he was the big shit in the 80s.
Who, Phil Collins?
Oh, yeah, you
He's-
couldn't-
Why
you
are we
couldn't
Oh
so
yeah,
anywhere.
talking?
he was.
Without hearing him on the radio.
All right, go ahead. So
Sorry.
Sorry, Phil
Other
Collins, but
vinyl
I
that was-
haven't liked you since I was 5 years
Well,
old. It's
he's-
never going to change.
He's not the same anymore.
so other.
He's not the
vinyl
man he
that
used to
you-
be. I mean, not to quote Scott Weiland, but
He would roll over in his grave.
I know.
So other vinyl that you've.
Oh, we
pilfered?
got
Is
a
that the word we're using?
ton.
Pilfered?
We got a ton. We got a bunch. Oh,
Uh-oh.
the collectible album was a Beatles album. That's what it was.
And which one was it?
I don't remember.
Abbey Road?
No, I mean that Abbey. We did get Abbey Road today, but it was another one. It was a rare one. And then there was another one that you and him talked about
Wait,
the
there
recording.
was a rare Beatles album in
Yeah.
your dad's collection.
Yeah, it's not in pristine condition or anything like that, but I'll bring it over. The next episode, we'll bring it over when we go.
Bring it
through.
over and leave it here.
No.
Oh, okay.
But you and my dad talked about
Just bringing it over.
the recording studio of one today.
Yeah, I think it was it Sun or was it I think it was Sun Studios, which is I believe in Memphis.
What was
It is.
recorded in
So we're
Sun
talking about-
Studios?
He had a Johnny Cash album.
Oh, that's what it was. It was a,
So in
it's a
Sun
rare
Studios,
Johnny Cash
there
album.
was that's where like Jerry Lee Lewis started, Elvis Presley, Johnny
Well,
Cash.
that's-
So
the
one of the
famous,
albums we got was a Johnny Cash album that was recorded in Sun Studios. What? Am I holding it funny? Fuck it. Why do you always have to judge me, man?
No, you have your hand covering the.
I wasn't covering the whole thing. All right. Well, now I'm not going to hold it.
She was just conjuring up her inner Stevie Nicks.
I mean, you can hold. I mean, you can take it out.
I'm not touching it now. You made a complex.
You can take it out.
It's a whole fucking thing now. No way. We're done.
No. Back to the vinyl. So.
Mike will not get caressed again.
Holding on to that. See, this has gone awry because we don't have GS here. Like, I don't have somebody kind of
to regulate us.
I don't have somebody wrangling me back.
Regulators, mount up.
And I told her this as she was leaving, and she agrees.
We need to find a way to wrap it up.
Do we? I
think
want to
so.
go
How
back
long
to
have
the
we been
vinyl.
going?
What were you talking about?
Oh my god! All right. So my entire back trunk was filled with this broken ass tote that just held this stack of vinyls. So we got Don McLean, American Pie.
Oh.
We got Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crosby,
And I'm going to
Stills,
assume
and
these are all like original. He bought them when they came out.
Oh yeah, they were his and my
That's
mom's
why
collection.
I feel like we pilfered because I mean it was like just taking somebody's.
Oh my
record
god, he was in
I think
like
I
a
just
kid
like
in a
the-
candy store over there. Johanna is going through the pile.
I didn't start this. Your daughter started this, and I'm just like, whoa, what is going on
let
here?
Let me
I think I just like
backpedal
the word
here.
pilfered. That's.
I'm
a big
sure you
word
do.
stuff on it.
That's
He's
just
only
how it
saying
felt
that
to
because
me.
I made him listen to pirate music
What?
today.
That's a good word, pilfered.
He kept telling me my music was pirate music. You're
So
not
your
going to
dad
question
was
that?
okay with
You're not going to question the pirate music?
you pilfering. Well, this is a Johnny Depp thing, isn't it? Pirates of the Caribbean. I know how you're.
No,
you
I
feel
wasn't
about
listening
Johnny
to
Depp.
Johnny. Oh, I do love Johnny Depp. Oh, but no, not his music. And no, his version of pirate music is my punk music.
Is that pirate music?
He
Is that what
thinks
they call it?
Rancid sounds like pirate music.
Rancid? Is
Don't.
that
What was it?
Don't.
Rancid?
a band?
One
No,
was
it was
Rancid,
that-
one was
It was that, like,
Anti-Flag.
No, was that Manifest?
Anti-Flag.
Gaslight?
Oh,
Gaslighting?
Gaslight Anthem. No, I didn't listen to Gaslight Anthem.
I don't know.
I've never heard of
They
it.
weren't gaslighting
What?
you
You've
again?
never listened? Gaslight Anthem. All right,
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna go back to the vinyls, but then we're gonna end the
There's-
show on Rick's homework to see if he's followed up on the first episode, second episode, third.
Just
episode.
don't think about pirates.
Arg.
There's no homework.
Hallmark.
There's no homework. What you have to
I've given you
understand-
homework
It
every
makes you think
episode.
about
I
school.
understand that, and I did some of it. I mean, I listened to
Hold on.
the
Where's my
Lane
handy
Staley
notebook?
band,
Which one?
whatever band Lane Staley was in.
Mad
after.
Season?
Mad Season. Did you listen
Mad
to Mad
Season?
Season?
I tried to buy their album, but you can't
Yeah.
find it anymore. But I did listen
I'll give it
to
to
it.
you.
On,
I'll burn you with an album.
I listened to it on YouTube,
Do people burn CDs anymore? No. Okay.
but it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. What was your favorite song?
Oh, I can't.
River to Sea, Above.
I don't know what the names of the songs are.
Over you, I'm standing above. Okay, go ahead.
Are we singing on
No,
this?
we probably shouldn't.
I mean, you can. It's okay.
It's all right. It's
If you're gonna,
definitely
man,
not okay.
If you're gonna sing, belt the shit out, not
No.
whisper it into the mic. 'Cause nobody
you
can
don't
hear.
want me to belt it out.
So I did listen to that. The punk thing, what you have to understand is that that's not. I mean, I didn't. When I was growing up, in the 90s, when there were a lot of punk bands that were out, and I was a skateboarder for
What?
a long
Hold
time.
up! Hold up!
I was a skateboarder for a long time.
That's
So a
why
lot
you
of-
know all the 90s
He probably
skateboarders.
folded his jeans at the bottom, too.
I did not fold my.
Did you
jeans
roll
up.
your cigarette pack in your arm?
No, that's
That
like
was
the
the 50s.
50s.
Oh, well, whatever. It was
Somebody
fucking
did
cool.
that.
I would have dated somebody
It's
who
like
rolled their
Stand By
cigarette
Me.
pack. Shout out Sean Gallagher.
That was Stand By Me.
Who's going to see a dead body in the woods?
Nobody rolled.
Wait a second.
cigarette
Can we
packs in
not
their
skip
shirt.
over the fact that Rick was a fucking skateboarder?
No,
What
no,
was your deck?
I'll talk about it.
I want you to now.
I had a lot of different skateboards.
I didn't know this. I'm learning something today.
So when I was a skateboarder,
Good for
punk music was pretty big, and a lot of my friends were in. They used to go to punk shows in the Lehigh Valley, and I never went because it just...
It was too angry for you?
It wasn't my... I was more into the Poison and
I'm trying
Motley
to picture
Crue.
you on a skateboard. I can't do it.
No?
No. You have to
So
understand,
I-
I'm a 90s kid, so our skateboard were the
Okay.
big baggy jeans, like...
God.
How do people
Why do you
skate
roll
with
your eyes?
big baggy jeans?
You don't.
can do it. No,
You
what
don't. So when I was a teenager, and this would have been the late 80s, early 90s, I was a skateboarder, and almost like
Skater girl.
there was a bunch of skateboard contests that were in the area, and my friends and I used to enter them, and there was one that I almost won, and then I almost got sponsored by a skateboard company.
Which one? Who? What year was this?
This would have been late 80s ish.
Okay.
And I don't the company was a local company that had just started out, and I don't think they're around anymore. I don't even know what the name of it was, but they had given a bunch of my friends and I, a bunch of skateboards to use, and then
I need pictures.
they-
I need pictures. I need proof.
I don't have any pictures. However, somewhere there is a video that one of my friends took of a skateboard. Like, we used to build our own ramps, and
Well, yeah. I hung out with some BMX kids too
I was
that
just
did
thinking
that.
it's like BMX
Yeah,
kids.
BMX kids. Dude,
so
how have I known you this long and I don't know this?
so when I graduated high school, in my yearbook, one of the kids because at that point I had stopped skating, but one of the kids that I used to skateboard with, he wrote in my yearbook something
ECD.
like, it said something like, to Rick, a guy who can ollie a house. So one of my big things was I could ollie really high. And we used
He
to,
knows the terminology.
of course I can use the
Because you don't understand. I can't wrap my head around this.
So
You just got cool
one
points.
One of the things that my friends and I used to do was every year during Music Fest, we would go down to Music Fest, and there was I think it's on Broad and Getter Street. There's
Okay.
a bank, or there used to be a bank there, and they had these really cool, like concrete walls and all this stuff there. We used to skateboard there, and we used to like draw all kinds of people, and we used to stack up skateboards, and we would ollie over them. And if you take a skateboard and stack them like wheels
Yeah.
I can ollie maybe 6 of them.
Holy shit, Rick.
Off each other.
Holy shit. I need this. Who
long
has
time
this
ago.
video?
The other thing I could do was like, when I skateboarded, kick flips just
Yeah.
came around, ollie kick flips. I could do double ollie kick flips.
No shit.
I did. That's actually what almost won me the contest that I almost won.
That's impressive. Very impressive. I could kickflip not very well and only if I was under the influence. That's about as good as I could do.
Under the influence of what?
We're not going there.
Okay.
Okay.
Double ollie kick flips I could do. I could also do ollie reverse heel
Okay. Heel flip.
flips.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're. Heel flips. Yeah.
Yeah, heel flip.
Yeah.
Fuck. I did not know that.
If I had a skateboard right now, I could show you a few things.
I don't know about that.
No, I really could.
Your knee. You got that knee.
Nah, it's fine. I could definitely show you a few things.
That's impressive.
So let's go back.
I don't know if I can go back to anything else right now. I need
We
this
still want to
video.
talk about skateboarding.
Who owns the video?
So the video, I don't know. There was a video that we made, and the guy his parents owned it was like one of the first like VHS recorders, like the big thing on your shoulder. I don't know whatever happened to it, but there was a video that we made. We had built a ramp that we had in a
I
parking
own
lot.
a VHS player.
I don't.
We do. I'm just saying.
There's literally one copy of a video of me and all my friends skateboarding in
We
a
have the internet.
parking lot. You'll never find it. It's
Find
not
the
on
video.
It's not on the internet.
What was the bank name? No, but we have the internet to the sea of people.
You'll never find the
I will find the video.
It was never put
Help
on
me
the
find the video.
But like when I skateboarded, like the like Pal Peralta was huge, like the Bones Brigade. Finding Chin. Do you ever see that movie?
Mm-mm.
You never saw the movie Finding Chin?
Mm-mm.
You're not a skater.
What is Finding Jen?
Finding Chin?
Yes.
The Pal Peralta team made a movie called Finding Chin.
I did not know that.
And it's about.
Guess what we're watching tonight?
Oh.
He's super excited.
It was actually on. I think it was on Amazon Prime not too long ago. Finding Chin.
We could do it.
And it's the whole Bones Brigade. Steve Caballero, Lance Mountain, and Tony Hawk. You're
make this blowing my mind right now, Rick. You have no idea.
Whole movie. It's a movie.
Let me find out. You're actually cool.
And it's all about them skating.
As I get caught in my microphone, what am I doing?
I was a skateboarder when I was a
no,
teenager.
you're falling apart.
What is going on?
No, you're
What are you doing?
All right. So back to the vinyls. You wanted to go back to the vinyls? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I want to know what else. Beer. I want to know what else you pilfered.
Arr. I don't even know. I kept saying no Christmas albums. Put the Christmas albums back. Joey kept adding them there. This one said no to Marvin Gaye. I do remember that.
It wasn't Marvin Gaye. It was
who was it?
Oh, I can't remember.
Get It On music. Who sings the Get It On music?
Barry White.
There you go.
No, there was Barry Manilow, I think.
No, same fucking thing.
What's wrong with Barry Manilow?
Uh-huh. Who's that?
He writes the songs that make the young girls cry. I don't give a shit.
Coco Cabana? At the Coca. That's as far as
Coco
I go.
Cabana.
There you go.
No, I would rather gag myself with a spoon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I took my headphones off for a second.
Aggressive.
What do you say?
Said he'd rather gag himself with a spoon.
Kind of how I feel about Phil Collins.
I used to work at Farmore when I was
What
I was in my teens, and they used to play like 70s housewife music, I guess you would call it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Say housewife music?
What the fuck genre is that?
I'm not sure what genre
Barry
of music
Manilow is definitely in that genre.
Oh, you mean like the people that read
well,
romance novels with Fabio on the front?
Probably, yeah. You could say that.
So
I
you
don't
could-
know.
Like the
chicks
Goldbergs,
that
Mom?
the chicks that would shop at Farmore
Who
back
are
in
chicks?
There's a couple
1994.
of different
I'm sorry,
artists
the women that would shop
Yeah,
at
you need
Farmore in
take his microphone
1994.
away.
There's a couple of artists that you could put into that. I mean, like Barry
Yeah,
Manilow,
let's talk about that.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah, Neil
I
Diamond.
love Neil Diamond.
I like Neil Diamond too.
Sweet Caroline.
That's kind of like I think what the tech guy's talking
There
about.
was a couple like
Who else?
instrumentals.
No, I want to know. I don't
that
get
like.
this. Kenny G. Never mind. I know. I know this genre. Kenny G.
Yeah, you could
G's a
probably
little
put
further
Kenny G
out
in
of
there,
that, but
though.
same thing.
Not in the 70s, but I mean, that crowd would
A
listen.
little
to
further out, but
Freaking
yeah.
Kenny G.
Same.
Rod Stewart.
it's elevated
Rod
music.
Stewart's
No,
more
we
rock.
should have left that vinyl there.
It's elevated music.
Captain and Tennille.
We did get Captains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain and Tennille.
Crosby,
would go in
Stills, and
there.
Nash.
Wait,
We got.
you got a Captain and Tennille
Didn't
vinyl?
we?
Oh, I didn't pick that
I
one.
thought we did.
Not me.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We got.
Well, yeah.
Bob Dylan. We got.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know.
So
we got a whole lot.
Why did your dad let you take all this?
So well, that's what I was going to go back to before. When we got married, our centerpieces on the tables were actually my dad's vinyls. They used his vinyls, and then we had a succulent, and then I don't know, something else. And we were supposed to take them then, but we didn't have the space. We didn't have the setup. What?
Can I tell you something?
No.
You keep touching the mic, and I can hear you tapping on the damn thing. Would you leave that thing
I
alone?
can't.
Oh no.
You're driving me nuts.
See, this is what happens when I don't have
Leave
headphones
I'm
on.
fidgety.
The mic.
Oh,
Don't
that's
touch
gonna
the
be
thing.
fun.
I need.
All I hear is you tapping in the mic.
Oh,
doing
that's
it.
gonna be so much fun.
And it's in my ear, and it's loud, and you need to
Oh,
stop.
it's gonna be on the video then too.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that in the audio, and it's not gonna be good. But go ahead, stop touching the mic. You're making me nuts. But go ahead. So back to
It's rude now.
It is because you keep. I'm sitting here thinking, is she gonna stop doing that, or is she gonna keep tapping that fucking thing because she's making me nuts? Don't touch the mic. That's why.
I can't not touch
You're
it.
either listen. You're either gonna hold it or let it go.
I can't.
But if you keep like,
But now
you're
that
doing
you've
this,
pointed
this
it out,
is
all
what
I
you're
want
doing.
to do
You're
is tap it.
This is what you're doing. You're sitting there doing this, and like all I hear, and I can hear it now when I do it, is just like this. There's this banging sound. It's like somebody knocking on a wall next to your ear.
Knock 3 times on the scene. Oh, it's 2.
Is that why you keep hitting the red?
So what other vinyl did you get?
I don't know.
I think we probably need to end this.
I think so too.
You know, without
We need-
GS,
we need
we've
her.
taken it too far. And do you want to do the closing, or do you want me to do it?
Do we have a closing? I knew we had the opening down pat. Well, what are we doing for the closing?
Is it down pat, the opening?
It's
I
better
mean,
than it
it's-
has been.
I mean, it's all right. But it's better when
We
I
definitely
do it.
have to become more streamlined with
I mean,
fucking everything.
The opening's better when I do it.
I don't know about that.
Well, listen to the episode that's live on YouTube right now.
I don't know how I feel about that.
She's saying it's subjective.
I think I
It's-
just have to drink beforehand, and then I'm
It's
just gonna
probably
be.
not suggestive, but go ahead. Do the closing.
At least my
and then-
segues are better.
Do the. Oh, yours are top notch. Do the. And that's
I like when she almost spills her drink.
that's not
Shh,
a.
you didn't see that. Stop it. Nothing happened.
Did you spill that?
No,
I
I
wasn't.
didn't.
I wasn't talking about today.
Oh yeah, that did happen in another episode. Do a closing, and then we'll see how it goes. And
I
then
don't.
if
Now
we
the
don't-
pressure's fucking on. I don't want to do it. You do it tonight.
Well, if I do it, I just say, "This is IHE," and
Thank you for listening to IHE.
No.
What the fuck?
the last time I said thank you, you said, "Are we thanking people?" And I said,
Oh, did
"Actually,
I?
that's the one that's live now." And you said, "Are we thanking people?" And I said, "I don't give a fuck what we do. I don't care what anybody thinks."
Well, yeah. Today I want to thank people. Thank you for sticking
you?
with us. Yeah, it was a wild ride, man.
Was it?
For me, I fell a couple
Rocky
times.
roads.
Okay,
It was
but
a
are
rocky
we-
road.
The fall, are we posting that? Because I missed it, and I'd like to see it. So are we putting that on the
We better not.
podcast?
I hope not. Oh,
We
God.
definitely need a bloopers reel, and that should be like the opener of it.
Well, we have.
Apparently
we do
fall.
have the fall on video completely. The audio did get cut off because
first
she
fall or the
jacked
second
up
fall?
the audio for a second.
Honestly,
And I lost connection.
without audio, it's probably way funnier.
I don't
If
even
it's
know
just
what
like
happened.
you falling,
Oh,
and
I
you
do
hear like the
remember what
beginning of it,
happened.
and then it cuts off, and you still fall. Like, that's fucking
I
hilarious.
will have
It all
to say,
started. It's all his fault.
We might
That's
have to. We might have to have an edited version of the fall after the
I
episode.
don't know about all that.
That is.
Yeah, I think you guys
that's
should
like
stay tuned for that.
That's like viral shit.
I don't.
That's the shit that goes viral.
We
People
don't need
doing
me to go
dumb shit.
viral.
We do. Do you want me to do the closing?
Yeah, do the closing and this shit.
I can't now because now there's too much pressure.
End it now.
Are we thanking people or we're not thanking anybody? We just
Thank you for
say
listening to IHE episode 4.
it's perfect. You did such a good job.
It's the same fucking thing I did 10 seconds ago that you said no to.
Did you say thank you in the beginning of that? Because we should just say
We're
This
fucking
is-
insane and we're done.
this is IHE.
Thank you for listening to IHE.
So you said thank you again.
She likes it.
All I,
I feel
said
like at
was
this point we should thank them.
no. Fuck that. I'm not thanking anybody. This is
This
IHE. I'm
concludes